Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is the start of ReZero, a show that we're trying to catch up on before Season 2 comes out next anime season. I've seen the show. I watched it when it came out, when it was airing. Although, to my knowledge, I did drop it before on the last episode. So I didn't watch episode, I think, 25 or whatever one is the last one. I just kind of got tired of it, or I had some other stuff going on. But now that we're doing this whole reaction thing, I'm ready to devote a little bit more attention to the story and everything. I did like it back in the day, but I wasn't super crazy about it, like everyone else seemed to be. And the show just became huge. And it's crazy to see that it's getting a second season after so long. It was like 2015 or 2016 or something like that. But yeah, Lindsay hasn't seen the show. I've seen pretty much all of the first season. But we are going to be watching in dub because I have seen the first season, just to keep it fresh for me so that it's not completely just rehashing what I've already seen. Even if I don't really remember all of it, I still pretty much know what happens. But we'll see how good the dub is. The only reason we're choosing the dub is because it's like I looked it up just a couple minutes ago, and it seems like people really like it. It's among the lists of dubs that people seem to really like. But if it turns out that it's not that great, maybe we'll give the sub another try and go back over. But for now, we're gonna try the dub for the first season, and then obviously when the second season comes out, we'll be watching it as it airs, so we won't be watching it in the dub. But is there anything you want to say? Do you know anything about the show at all?
No.
Like literally nothing?
Literally nothing. Wait, I think I know that the blue-haired maid-looking girl is supposed to be like best girl, but that's all I know.
Yeah, there's some controversy around that, but we'll see what the deal with that is as we watch the show. I guess let's get into it. ReZero Season 1, Episode 1. Let's go. Because...
This is bad. Very bad.
Did you get all that?
Yeah. Mewtwo.
I see where this is going. It's how they suck you in. Run away. Get out of here. Jagged Edge 10.
Whatever that means.
It's like how you find coins that are like slightly different. He was just remarking that it was like an older style or something.
Are you alright?
My eyes are tired.
Gotta love those CG background characters.
Yeah, I was gonna
There's a sloth man.
So does this mean I've been summoned across the universe to another world?
I'm glad you're very aware of that.
Yeah, most people are just like, whoa, what's going on? Somehow I forgot that. Yeah, there's no opening in the first episode, like I remember. Whoa! By the way, unless I'm wrong, this is the same studio that did Devil's a Part-Timer and Steins Gate.
Okay.
If I'm correct. Probably different staff.
Well,
but...
there are a lot of those covered wagon things.
Yeah.
Fantasy world with medieval style culture.
You don't say.
Humans are common. This is it. It's totally happening. This must be an event pot where I'll learn to produce magic.
It would have been funny if she just like ran.
I can't read any of this.
Hey boy, those are some weird looking clothes. You're not from around here, are you?
Or these?
Happens.
At least we speak the same language.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Guess I'll have to stick to good old information gathering. That's how it's supposed to be. It makes sense! This is a different world summit, right? Where's my main character set up in status bar?
Imagine getting transported to another world and then just being an NPC.
The gear they've started me off with is a joke. If you're gonna summon lazy-ass kids like me to your world, you better overhaul your crappy welfare program! Start me off with an Excalibur sword or a magic club! Where's the cute girl who brought me here? Yes! You're finally here! It's nice to meet you, cute girl. What are you going on and on about?
Move it, you guys! Hurry! Out of my way!
Yes! I knew you'd find the invention, you cute girl who summoned me!
Summon?
believe in myself hard enough, those powers will kick on and pave my way to future glory! You lumps of EXP!
Oh.
That's the first time I ever hit somebody. I never expected it to hurt me. But searching, I can do anything! Sorry, it was all my fault. Seriously, baby!
Knives.
Bus, will ya?
Put your tongue back in your mouth.
And just who in the hell are you?
Stop now and I'll forgive you. If you would be so kind as to give back what you stole. Please, it's very important to me. I'll turn the other concerning the other belongings, but I can't let you have that, so hand it over.
You mean you didn't come to save this kid?
If you're asking me if I have any connection to him, I'd have to say no.
Well, then you've got no business with us, little girl. Someone stole from you. It was that brat who just ran by.
Yeah, but he said that way. She ran that way.
Those three don't appear to be lying, so I need to go after her. But regardless of that, I can't overlook what's going on here.
Yikes. Is that ice?
Yeah.
Alright then. 2 against 2 should even things up.
Oh.
You use the spiritual arts?
Treat now and I won't chase you. Quickly, I'm in a hurry.
You bitch! Next time I see you, I will go easy on you.
Do anything to her and I'll haunt you and your kin for not that you'll have any kin if I take care of things now.
Listen, my judgment was spot on as always.
Sure? I think it was just an instinctive male
The cat
reaction
can
to avoid
float?
tension or rudeness. I didn't sense any malice at all.
Help if you.
Aw, you shouldn't have tried to get up.
Whoa, hang on. Am I on somebody's lap?
You're awake?
A little weird for a cute girl to be this hairy, but whatever. Wait! This can't be right! First of all, stop talking in that high voice!
Cute?
Half a brain would confuse a cat for the main heroine!
Aw, just listen to you. I'm so happy make turning myself bigger.
So the cat's magic as well?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But you've given me the information that you know nothing, and that answer was in exchange for healing you. So I'm still somewhat satisfied with how things turned out.
Okay.
Well, I'm quite
She even came up with that lame excuse for a favor so I wouldn't feel I owed her, even though I'm a total stranger. Anyone who lives like that is just gonna end up wasting their whole life. Hey, wait up! 1 good deed per day.
And now he's got a friend.
What a great drawing. The child.
I know what I told you before, but isn't
I have a feeling you're gonna really like this show.
Find one little thing in?
God,
This
no.
town is the capital of Lagunica. How could you possibly not know that?
Hey, that's right. How rude of us. We haven't asked his name. Shouldn't we all introduce ourselves?
My name is Subaru Natsuki. Not only am I totally clueless, I'm also broke beyond compare. Nice to meet you.
I love it though.
Aside, I gotta admit, you seem like you're in pretty good shape.
I do try to work out every day. See,
Yeah,
we
right.
protect your
Your fingers, too. They're very pretty. They don't look like the working hands of a peasant at all. And your muscles don't look like the kind you gain from doing field work.
So anyway, I know your cat's name.
Total
but I still
weakling.
haven't heard you say your name yet.
Oh, my name? It's Satella. No family name. So that's the way you may address me, all right?
I see. That's a nice name. Right.
You just
Time
pick a
to get back
random
to
fake
asking around.
name.
She said Satella or Zetella, which is just Stella. I don't know why they always, like, when they translate it, they don't just make it the actual name. They always, like, do the phonetic pronunciation of it and make that the
It's
name.
also important, but if she's lost, we have to do something.
Aw.
I'm just here to help, not to do anything bad, I promise.
What before you was a rarity around here. Just an edge 10 yen coin. Where to go? I figured out where the coin was hiding. Here you go, it's yours. Like I said, it's rare, so take good care of it.
In fact, it's the only one in this entire universe.
Extremely rare.
Literally one of a
But
kind.
completely worthless at the
Yeah.
same
I'll
time.
help you. Me and this young lady right here, we'll find them in no time for you. What is it?
Didn't you hear what I just said? Listen, I'm trying to tell you that I'm a half-elf.
Yeah, I heard you. somebody I've ever heard. I'll forgive you since it was squishy.
Subaru, you are such a dunderhead.
Yeah, so who
Dunderhead.
says dunderhead in this day and age? Why are you insulting me in the first place?
In this day and age, he's in like medieval times.
I like the dub so far.
Just running around without a plan is never a good idea. Where exactly was your insignia stolen? And then she told me it was right around here, so after I insisted that she leave everything to me, I valiantly came back to this fruit stand to look for some clues.
Well, I had a customer. You're that same Burley.
You really want to take that attitude? Seriously?
So what did you want to ask me about now that I'm stuck here with not one, but two broke customers?
It's my husband's shop, so we just wanted to stop by.
Interesting how things work out.
My girl. Now wait a second. How exactly do you know these two good-for-nothings?
She got lost, and these two found her and then helped bring her back to me. Thanks again, lady. Here. She was hoping we'd find you. Please accept that token as her way of showing gratitude for what you've done.
You're saying she's a nimble little blonde, right? Because it might be that Felt girl I see around from time to time. She's well known in the slums. To know where she lives, though.
No one would sell out their own, especially to a couple of strangers, so asking would be useless.
Maybe we should just come back later.
Whatever
Yeah, when
it
it's
is you
not
are,
getting
I
dark.
suggest that you decide quickly.
And what do you mean?
Those kids in the background are so
People
fucking
take on a
creepy.
shit appearance, but I'm a spirit. It takes a lot of mana for me to appear in physical form. So when the day becomes night, I return to the crystal I was summoned from. And don't do anything reckless, alright?
It's a boy
If it comes
kitty.
down to it, you can always use the oath
I think
to
it's a
summon
girl.
me again.
Oh, he
I-
just said
I leave
he.
it
Oh,
in
never
your
mind.
hands, Subaru. Good luck.
Oh,
I'm not even fully sure it has a gender.
because it's a spirit.
It's a spirit, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not 100% sure. This first episode looks so good.
I'll contact the lessons.
Does the rest of it not look as good?
Precisely.
I just don't remember it looking
I
this
haven't
good.
quite
Like the
become
the
full-fledged
show.
spirit.
Whoa.
Magic.
I guess you must have stolen something pretty important for you two to come out here. Well, I wish you luck on bargaining to try to get it back. Live strong, okay?
Just meet like a random super friendly and helpful guy in like the middle of the night in this sketchy part of town.
All right then. I'll just leave everything in your
Look at the
hands.
background.
You agreed to that
I know.
pretty easily. I figured you'd say.
And be careful.
Sure, sure. Now, don't come in until I say it's all right, Satella. What's the matter?
Nothing, never mind. If you can manage to get my insignia back, then I'll apologize.
Anybody here? So, am I walking into a demon nest or a snake pit? In a fantasy world, either is totally plausible.
Creepy doll.
All stolen loot? Impressive. Why isn't anyone here?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh dear, you.
Oh.
Crap, is all of this my... Very bad.
What's wrong?
Oh shit.
You okay?
Don't come in and run away.
Sorry.
Get out of here.
And they both died in the first episode. Jesus.
Stay with me, son. No matter what happens, I'm gonna save you.
What's the matter with you, kid? It looks like you've seen a ghost or something.
Oh, did you just like respawn?
Huh? Huh?
Huh? Stop screwing around. Do you want one or not? You stand.
You like how he's like a fruit stand guy, but he's like.
That song.
What's going on?
Anyway.
It was
Fruit stand owner, but he's like super ripped and is shirtless all the
He's got
time.
a scar over his eye. Oh.
I'll have to find my way back
You
to
need
that
like
shop.
a sword or something.
Don't get cocky, you bastard!
right order this time.
Don't ever underestimate a truant kid with too much free time. They usually end up swinging around a wooden sword all day for no reason. Trying to be a sick up to my grip strike. Look, I know someone's in there, all right? Just answer the door and show yourself. Come on!
Shut your trap! Why don't you use a signal or a password or knocking my damn door down?
You didn't happen to, I don't know, die recently, did you? Was it all a dream then?
Well, you have to take the deal now.
An odd flavor. These things would go great with booze. Plan on trading, but you'll have to come back after Felt gets here, okay?
That's what I planned on trading, you fuck.
The goodness of my heart, and you call it gross?
You two are a whole lot closer than I'd either hoped or expected. I left out telling me I look like an old man if I used the most savage thing and it wasn't.
Yeah, I probably went a little too far that time. I'm sorry, dude.
Then where are you planning on meeting this client of yours?
Hey, no need to worry. Negotiations will take place right here. If a little thing like me dealt with them alone, I'd be screwed if a client decided to cheat me. But with old man Rom standing there, that's not a concern. I'll go check.
We were just talking about you, Doctor.
Just letting her use you like this?
It ain't like we're total strangers.
He happens to be your rival, so he'll be the other person negotiating with you today.
Tits McGee over here.
Well, luckily for me, the client sent along extra funds in case anything came up. That way I'd be prepared to sweeten the deal.
The client, huh?
Would you happen to be in the same business?
Doubt it, unless your client is gainfully unemployed.
Nice one.
So this unemployed guy is me, right? What price is your master putting on it?
Nice CG coins.
They're holy coins. They're special.
20 exactly.
These are the holy coins my employer sent with me to seal this deal. So, do you think they should be enough?
The way I see it, victory in this deal is definitely leaning toward the board. Sorry for all the trouble for you and your employer, but you'd better bag up those coins and be on your way.
Yeah! What? What's wrong with the little victory pose? I'm totally psyched about this!
So, no one said anything. Go as crazy as you want. I don't care as long as I get my profit.
Now I will murder you
It
all.
was a disappointment, but at least I got to have a drink. So I'll be taking my leave now. By the way,
Is
Oh,
that the
you can
noise
tell
you make?
she's evil.
That's the noise you make when you lick your lips.
Oh, she's gonna look for its owner, then return it to her.
Why would you tell them that, you absolute idiot?
I see. So you're with them then?
What's going on here?
Want to die?
It seems you've dodged my strike.
Destroys your entire setup. Yikes.
Crap!
Don't worry, there's no way old man Rob.
Are you sure about that?
Oh shit.
I'm gonna take you with me!
Thank you for that nice glass of milk.
Right in the neck.
Oh.
You psychopathic monster!
I wouldn't move around too much, dear. My
Oh
hands
my
are short.
God.
Believe it or not, I'm not the best at handling.
Sorry you got caught up in all of this.
Divine protection of wind.
Well,
House world, I truly envy you. The old man. It's no use. I see you're a novice. You're full of surprise. I certainly felt that one.
Okay, lust.
Didn't feel it.
Shit.
I managed. Your entrails have such an interesting shape to them and such a lovely color too. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It And they want to die?
Die? Am I dead? Am I still alive? When will I die? When?
Now slow and slow and slow. Yes. You're slowly losing body.
I'm gonna die.
Slowly growing cold.
Oh. I'm dead.
What's the matter, boy? You look like you've seen a ghost. Say something. You okay?
No idea.
That woke you up. You feeling better? Just forget about the money. Here, I'll give you these. Take 'em.
Wait up! Hang on! Please, wait for me! Please don't ignore me! Desperate! Didn't know what else I could do! I went back to the loot house after that, but I still couldn't find you! I'm sorry for only thinking of myself, but I'm glad you're alright, Satella.
What in the world is wrong with you? You are, but don't ever call me by the name of the Witch of Envy. What were you thinking?
End of the first episode. Alrighty, so that was ReZero episode 1. What do you think?
It's pretty good. It's like kind of different than what I expected, even though I didn't really know what to expect, I guess. I don't know. What's that other show? We didn't... it was like Sword Art Online, but it was like the different show that we watched the first episode of.
What?
Another
show like Sword Art Online that we watched the first episode of?
Yeah.
What do you mean like Sword Art Online?
Like this kind of thing, like
a
video
fantasy...
game.
Did we? I don't think we watched another one.
I thought we did.
We watched the first episode of Steins Gate.
Maybe I'm just like making that up or something.
I think you're making that up. I don't think we watched another show like it. Because I wanted to watch Log Horizon, but we never ended up doing it.
Oh,
we watched the first couple episodes of actual Sword Art Online.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of, and I thought that we watched not Sword Art Online.
No, we literally watched the first couple episodes.
So, I was mistaken. When we watched Sword Art Online, I guess I was expecting this to be a little bit more like that, but this is, like, way better.
Yeah.
I like how he was immediately aware that he was in a video game, and he's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be awesome. I have, like... these powers, I'm gonna, like, I just need to activate my magic. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I have all this, like, I can fight. And then he, like, beats him up, and then the guy pulls out knives. Just so funny.
Yeah, the show's kind of ahead of its time with that, because Sword Art Online had come out, like, a couple years prior, and isekai stuff was getting pretty huge. But, like, it seemed a little early for, like, a parody, which is kind of what this is of the isekai genre. I think it would have been more suitable for it to come out in like 2018, and I think this came out in like 2016 or 2015. So like it is a little bit ahead of its time, not too far off, but it was a little bit before before this kind of thing became a normal thing, where like with Konosuba.
Yeah.
Like how they sort of he just kind of understands that like this world has RPG mechanics and it's like a fantasy world. But in this one, it was kind of like one of the first ones to be like, and now I'm going to activate my magic, and this is all set up to make me strong, and this is like a video game.
Yeah, it's I kind of like it. I kind of feel like it's in the middle of like a complete parody, like Konosuba, and then like an actual like serious show.
Yeah.
Like it can laugh at itself, but it is like serious at the same time.
It is still like one of those shows. It's not there just to make fun of it.
Yeah. I liked the 1 hour first episode.
I like that too. I wish more shows did that, because this was a thing around the time the show came out that like, and before a little bit, but shows don't really do that anymore. Like they used to do shit like this where it'd be an hour first episode. Now they do it where it's if they do have like a 2-parter, it'll be like first and second episode you're supposed to watch together. But this one they did the same with Fate Zero, which is another one of my favorite shows, and where they had the hour first episode and it sets everything up and does a really good job of it. This one did a great job of it. I forgot how good the first episode was. So Puck, the cat, he's like a spirit. He's like a familiar, basically. I don't know if Puck actually has a gender I guess it's a boy. It doesn't matter, obviously, but for some reason I remembered it being more feminine.
Yeah, I thought that it was like just like a girl, like she sort of gives off the vibe of like the tomboy best friend who just like harasses the like guy character or whatever.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like
Satella.
Satella is like all like cute and like very girly, and then Puck's just like kind of cute but like kind of abrasive sometimes.
Yeah.
And just doesn't really care.
By the way, Puck, like in Berserk, there's Puck.
I know, that's what I was
And in many
thinking.
things, like even Pac-Man has the same name. I don't know if you guys have seen Scott Pilgrim, but this is where I learned this naming convention of calling things Puck or Paku or Pac in the case of Pac-Man. It means Paku means to like flap your mouth open a lot. So it's like basically an annoying little side, like little fairy spirit type character.
Shut up.
Yeah, so that's where Puck from Berserk got his name. That's how Pac-Man got his name, but they, like they say in Scott Pilgrim, it would have been more accurate to call him Puck Man, but people were afraid when adapting it to like an American console that they would scratch out the connection in the P and make it an F. So that's anyway, that's a piece of trivia, I guess, about like the naming convention of those tiny characters. That's why it's so common for you to see like sort of the smaller loudmouth spirit familiar type characters to be called Puck or Paku or something similar. So that's cool.
Interesting character designs. There doesn't seem to be, like, sometimes there seems like there's a lot of humans, but in a lot of the crowd shots, it doesn't really seem like there's very many humans.
All the characters we interact with seems to be human.
But then all of the, like, background characters are, like, animal hybrid type. Like, just in this scene right here, there's, like, one guy who looks like a normal guy, and then everyone else has, like, tails and ears. It's kind of neat. It's kind of interesting, though. I always think it's kind of interesting in, like, worlds like this, where there's, like, kind of, like, lizard guys, and then also, like, actual, like, lizard creatures, like, pulling carts. I'm like...
It's like with Pluto and Goofy, how they're both dogs, but, like, one of them is respected and the other one's a literal pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, so that's interesting. The clothes as well are kind of, like, interesting. Like, all, like, the background characters just are wearing, like, very generic clothes. And then all the main characters are wearing, like, all these, like, fancy clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty normal, but it's just kind of funny. I'm just looking at, like, wolf guy over there.
They can't see it.
I know, I'm just telling you.
Oh, okay.
I like all the flags in the town. I know I'm just talking about, like, design elements right now, but, like, the town itself is very aesthetic, like, very bright colors. Lots of fruit stands. There's, like, a vibrant, thriving marketplace going on. There's some, like, thugs in the town that wanted to beat him up. I liked, though, that I don't know how I feel about it. I guess it makes more sense now because we're seeing that now he's, like, sort of remembering a little bit more, and that it wasn't just earlier that day that happened or whatever. Like, I don't know, he still seems to be caught up in, like, oh, 2 days ago I died in the place and now it's 2 days in the future and, like, this is happening. He's not really, like, putting it together that he's, like, respawning, which is that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I get, and it does kind of go against, like, what they were trying to do, because...
With, like, making him really aware?
Yeah, because at the start of it, he gets there, and he's just like, oh, this is a magical fantasy world, and I'm gonna be the hero, and I'm an RPG character, and then it's like he doesn't understand the other convention that they're playing on, where, you know, you respawn, or you get...
Yeah.
You
it
die,
seems like
and then
only
you just start
he
over.
does that, though.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. It seemed like the other characters really did not want to die. So, if they, like, you know what I mean? Like, if dying wasn't a big deal, then they wouldn't be so worried about it. Their lives wouldn't actually be at stake, you know? So, I mean, unless they respawn back to when they were literally born, but... then there would be, like, a million timelines going on at once, and that gets a bit complicated. It seems like he just respawns back to when he first came in. I'm not sure, it's hard to say stuff like that, but it seems like obviously none of them have memories of, like, either being killed or of him. So, yeah. He just, I guess we can talk about sort of what happened.
We already kind of did.
I guess we sort of did. It's interesting that Puck, like, works a 9 to 5 as, like, a physical manifestation of a spirit. Mm-hmm. Oh, he just, like, outed her. I guess her name is, like, actually a secret, and everyone, like, I guess, I'm assuming because she's, like, a half-elf, that's not a good thing. Because she's like, I'm a half-elf, and he's like, so? And then she's like, So I'm thinking maybe that's not a common thing, or, like, not a well-liked race of people in this land. And also she says that she also has no money, so I don't know. Maybe they were overthrown or something, I don't know. I don't know who, like I said, there's a lot of different types of people in this area, so it's hard to say who is in charge, like if there's like a dominant race, because it seems like totally random, just like looking at the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah,
and she is also like can do magic, so maybe that's also not great. I don't know.
What? She can like do magic, so maybe that's not good.
I said,
what are you saying?
I mean, what did she say at the end of the episode? She's like, you call me some
don't call
witch.
me by the name of the Witch of Envy.
Yeah.
Satella.
So I don't know if she is the Witch of Envy, or if that's just the name of something else, or I have no idea what's going on.
She seemed pretty angry about
But she was really angry, and everyone else was like,
whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I don't know if she's, like, hated in this land or what's going on. But, yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's pretty much it.
No, I've seen the show.
I know, I was just asking if I, like, missed anything.
I don't know. Did you miss anything? You have anything else to say?
No, I don't know. I guess I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I will say one more thing. It's interesting that before he came into the world, like, when he was at the gas station or the convenience store that he was at, he was having like flashbacks or like flash forwards to when he died later, his first day there.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting fact. Yeah.
Don't know what to make of that.
I don't know what to make of that. It's very interesting because he was obviously living his life in our world, and then he has crazy like flash forward of when he dies later on after going to a completely different world, and then all of a sudden he's in that other world, and then later that day that happens. So I don't know if it's like like a bit of like future type of thing, or if it was just some weird, maybe he's died in that world a lot of times.
Alrighty, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, hope you enjoyed our discussion. I don't know how long the reaction is going to be for this, because it's a 50-minute episode, and we usually cut it down to like 12 minutes or so. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope you check out all the other stuff we got on our channel, everything that's going on. Yeah, stay tuned for the next one. We'll be posting it at some point in the future. We don't know the schedule because we're recording these way in advance, but yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.